What's up? So we got Cobra Kai Season 4, Episode 2, Learn Stand. So this episode starts off with us meeting a new character named Kenny, who obviously we know from the trailers joins Cobra Kai. But right now, he's a normal kid getting ready for school and everything, getting ready for his first day when he's dancing, but then, and everyone sees him, and everyone, including Anthony LaRusso, who kind of is a jerk in this entire episode to Kenny. Like, Kenny doesn't even deserve it. Like, maybe Anthony is the true villain of the show, because even though he hasn't shown up in a lot of seasons, he's kind of coming back with a new jerk attitude. So Kenny's just like, so they're like, hey, so Daniel's like, hey, Johnny, let me teach you the stuff. You can teach me Miyagi, I can teach you Miyagi-Do, and you can teach me Eagle Fang. So then we see Tori at her new job. She got a new job between season 3 and 4, or her second job. Well, who shows up there but the best character in this show? Amanda. And she's like, yeah, you beat up your daughter like a bunch of times, so you better stay the crap away from Sam. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, what's your, like, she's like, what are you doing here? She tried to call your family, but no answer. So, yeah, well, her brother probably at school and her mom's sick, and we don't know what happened to his dad. So, yeah, so what happens is, so Tori gets mad. So Tori gets mad at a customer, and the guy fires Tori, and then Tori takes all her anger out on Robbie, takes her anger on Robbie, who's like trying to teach them Miyagi-Do, because obviously to defeat Miyagi-Do, they have to learn Miyagi-Do, as we learned last episode. So she takes her anger out on Robbie, and Chris goes to confront Amanda about it at the grocery store or whatever. I think it's grocery store, and she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, it's Honeycrisp season. That means the show must take place in September. So he's like, it's Honeycrisp season, and she's like, yeah, like Tori has no one. Her mom's sick, and she has no one. She has to prepare the food all by herself. She didn't know that. So Amanda decides to do is give Tori a bunch of food, but Tori, she isn't happy about this. So at work, she confronts Amanda saying, I can cook my own food, I don't need your help. And she's like, but you know what I can do? Humiliate Sam at the All Valley in front of everyone. So Amanda, if you just left this alone, Tori wouldn't, and she's like, well, I'm only getting in all this karate rivalry. And have they upgraded? Because she said she's talking to her office. So does Amanda work somewhere else? Have they upgraded dealerships? Because I don't remember seeing that room in the dealership and the new show. And where's Louie? Did they fire Louie again, or did they just not want Louie to appear in this season? Because we see Kyler, but where are Yasmin and Moon? Like, Yasmin finally got my respect at the end of last season, so I really expected she'd appear in this season. Or maybe her actress was working on that horror movie show at the time, so she couldn't be in this episode. But what about Moon, everybody? So yeah. So anyway, Daniel has Daniel has teach Johnny his stuff. It's time for Johnny to teach Daniel his stuff, and they basically go into a montage of Daniel like beating this baseball thing, walking on coals, like lifting a chain, and yeah, so they go to a hockey game. And he's like, "What are we doing at this hockey game?" And he's like, and yeah, so he gets a hockey player mad at him, and he's like, and Johnny just leaves after the game, and he's like, "Oh," he's like, "You're that guy from Larusso Auto, and maybe I'll get your wife to be in the back of my car." And Daniel's like, you ain't talking about my wife, and beats all these guys up. And he's like, where were you? And he's like, not around, not around or around, whatever Mr. Mary said. Daniel, Johnny uses that to Daniel. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, so this episode, so back with the whole Kenny stuff. Kenny calls his dad and decides, and he's like, and so Kenny, so after Anthony Larusso being more of a jerk to Kenny at school, even beating him at the basketball, they even call him. So he said to call his dad, and he said that his mom isn't the same after what happened to his brother. Wink, wink. And I thought his brother was dead, but we meet his brother at the end of the episode. But I'm not gonna tell you who it is because I want it to be a surprise for the end of the episode. So Anthony and his friends decide to catfish Kenny by pretending to text him as a girl that Kenny and Anthony have a crush on. And it's kind of like, and they have him dressed up in this weird nerd costume with glasses and a tail, and they start beating him up. But Kenny decides to show a bit of his own karate. And then he goes to Sean, the guy from season 3, who is his brother. And he starts talking about karate. He's like, karate, huh? I know a guy. Robbie. Yes, I knew that Sean thing had to be connected to Robbie had. Yeah, so I guess Kenny is the reason why Kenny's mom hasn't been the same since is that Kenny's brother, Sean, being arrested. So I thought he died, but no, he was like Sean and he was arrested. I was shocked when it was Sean. I was like, oh, his brother died off screen. But when he said little bro, I was like, what? It's Sean? Sean is Kenny's brother? I was shocked. And that kind of is where this episode ends. I don't think there's no Miguel, no Sam. It's only about the Daniel and Johnny thing, plus the Tori thing, and the Kenny thing. There's a lot of things, and the Robbie thing. But yeah, so that is it for this episode. I thought the episode was pretty good. I liked the interest in Kenny. I liked the shocking reveal that Kenny's brother was Sean. That was shocking. I did not expect Kenny's brother to be Sean. That was not expected. But Daniel's son is kind of a jerk. He's bullying a kid who's starting his first day who hasn't made any friends. Because why? Because Daniel's son is just a jerk like that. He just wants to bully a kid because he wants to bully a kid. I guess he learned some few tips from Johnny, and I guess while he was missing, he hanged out with Johnny, hanged out with Cobra Kai, and learned how to be a jerk. Because I guess off screen he hanged out with Johnny and Cobra Kai off screen because there was episodes where Anthony Larusso never appeared in the season, and then he just came back all skinny. So maybe he turned into a jerk off screen. So that's it for this episode. I really enjoyed it. There might be a lot of episodes I really enjoy. Amanda is the best. Amanda is my favorite character, and when I started And I loved Amanda in season 1 and 2. And then season 3, she was until the end. But season 4 is really making me hype up how much I love Amanda. So, how I like Amanda. So, hype. So, let's see where the next episode lies. I'm probably going to review every episode today. But, let's see where the next episode lies. But, anyway, till then, may the cobra, may the eagle power protect you.